Last Super Cruise here tonight in Wauseon, Ohio, and it should be called CUDA night tonight, I think. We already had a 70s CUDA, and now we're going to go back another 10 years. And I'm talking to who? What's your name?
Bill Rohde.
Bill, good to see you. Where are you from?
Napoleon, Ohio.
Ah, are you part of the car crew over in Napoleon?
Yes, I am. River City Riders.
Yeah, those guys do some pretty nice shows from what I've heard.
Appreciate it, yeah.
You got any more shows left over there before the year's over?
Fall Festival at the Fairgrounds, that's September 7th, I believe.
We interviewed one of your guys over in Defiance a couple of months ago, and I'm trying to remember his name, but we'll think of it. Jennifer's got a much better memory than I do. I have a hard time remembering my own name, Bill. How's that? Tell me a little bit about the car that we're standing in front of right now.
Excuse me. It's a 1964.5 Barracuda. It was one of the first 400 built. Came out three weeks before the Mustang.
Okay.
And originally it was a 273 4-speed car, and I took the 273 out, put a 340 4-barrel in.
Okay.
It's been a little bit reworked.
Yes, sounds that way.
Kept the 4-speed, put a 373 geared rear end in it, a little bit bigger rear end also.
Yeah.
Put the stripes on, had the seats reupholstered, and of course changed the wheels.
Tell me a little bit about the color. Is this the original color?
It's actually the original paint.
The original paint? Mm-hmm. Was that hood scoop on this thing when it came out too, or is that something you added?
I added the hood scoop and the stripe.
Wow, that is hard to imagine though. That's 50-year-old, 55-year-old paint.
Yeah.
And it looks wonderful.
Well, it needs repainted, but I'm not going to spend $10,000 to $15,000 on a paint and then say, "Oh, please don't touch it."
Yeah. This looks like a kind of car that you take out and have some fun with. Am I right?
It's not a show car; it's a driver.
Where'd it come from? How did you find it?
I found it on eBay, suburb of Detroit, Michigan, and I've had it about 8 years.
Wow.
It's originally from Texas, so there's virtually no rust on it.
Yeah, it's always good to get those Texas cars, isn't it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt about that. 64.5. Why did they go in that half year, do you know?
Because they were bringing out the Mustang.
Okay.
And they wanted to have something to compete with the Mustang.
Okay.
It's actually a Valiant body with a larger back window, the fastback rear window. And that's actually the largest production rear window ever made for a car.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? A buddy of mine, Kenny in Green Bay, Wisconsin, he'll be watching this interview, I guarantee you, okay? Because he had a CUDA that was very similar to that, didn't have the fastback to it, okay? But when we went to Ohio University in 1972, we were driving in a red version of this bad boy with just the straight back on it, okay? And he liked to play drums, and he would sit in the front seat with a conga drum, playing the congas all the way to OU. And I'd have a conga drum, and anybody in the back seat would also have a conga drum, stereo blaring, playing Santana and heading down to Athens, Ohio. And so this car is a special automobile to me.
Thank you.
It is a gorgeous car. So what are you going to do with it, Bill?
Actually, I'm thinking about selling it.
Are you really?
Yeah.
All right.
There's a car that I want, and I can't afford two cars. So.
There you go. So Kenny in Green Bay, if you're looking for that CUDA that you'd like to get right now, I'll get you in touch with Bill, okay? And it looks like you've got, what does it say? It's how many miles on this guy?
I changed the speedometer when I put the new motor and had the transmission rebuilt. It's got like 700 miles on it.
Okay.
Originally, when I bought it, it had 84,000.
84,000. So it's been well taken care of, okay? It is a 55-year-old car, so, 90,000 miles on a 55-year-old car. That's a little old lady from Pasadena driving that one.
That's right.
Well, I hope that you and Kenny can hook up because he would look good in this car, and I hope you get that car that you're looking for, Bill.
I appreciate it.
Hey, and I really appreciate your time and showing us your car today. That is one sweet ride.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you and talking to you.
Good meeting you, too. And anybody that's out there that wants to get to Napoleon for their final cruise, when is that date for that final cruise?
September 7th.
September the 7th to get over to that cruise in, and we might even end up there before it's over and done with. We're in Wauseon, the final Super Cruise of the year. We're here thanks to Brian Ford Lincoln, the main stops in Northwest Ohio, Case Beer, Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep, Wheel and Automotive, and Culligan Sales. sales and service of Northwest Ohio.